You mentioned two new names earlier, Ahmad and Terrell. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what those guys are gonna bring? I mean, Ahmad's taller player, swingman probably, and then a point guard in Terrell.
I like decent sized wings. I think Ahmad brings that type of athleticism, length that I like to the team. I think he's gonna be a guy hopefully that can score some points for us. But gives us a big wing with some athleticism, and hopefully we're a little bit better defensively. I think defensively we've been bad the last couple of years, so hopefully we're a little bit better defensively with the size of our wings. We're getting back to where we were a few years ago with our size on the wings and our athletic big guys and be able to play that way. And Terrell's a good point guard. I think he got a bright future at Drexel. I'm a little tough on my point guard, so he's gonna be hearing it from time to time. But as practice goes, he's been good. He really does a good job of running the team. So I think he's gonna be a pretty good player for us.
Last year, at times you had talked about moving Rashawn off the point, getting him to the off guard. Is Terrell allow you to do that at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, he has. But me and Sean talked about that even before we started practicing. That play a little bit off the ball. I think he can score it for us a little bit. So that's one of the things that me and him talked about beforehand. We've been having some nicks in practice, so he's pretty much been playing that. Although I do, when we dummy stuff and do all those, I do put Rashawn out there as the point guard. So I actually know we have that as emergency. Plus we have majors. So, but I did talk to him about moving off the ball, scoring a little bit more. He liked that. You know what I mean? So, but Terrell does give us a little bit more versatility.
There's no good place to drop it in, so we'll talk about it now. You talked about the fact that maybe you're a little bit better defensively on the wing. But scoring-wise, you took a bullet in Damian Lee, who earned the right. He did his academics. He took care of his academics, earned the right to transfer out, left the program this year, and he leaves a little bit of a hole that has to be filled.
Yeah, but, when I talk to people about that, I didn't think he was going to come back and get 24 points a game because I don't think we need that. You know what I mean? He's a really good player for me. But we got some people we're adding that I think was going to take some of that off of the plate anyway. Last year, honestly, he was all we had. From an offensive standpoint, pretty much with him and 4 other freshmen. So, did I let him shoot all the balls? Of course, and he didn't do a bad job of it. But I thought coming into this year, Ahmad scored the ball for us. Kaz, I think, will bring a little bit more scoring with us. Major from a point guard standpoint will be able to organize us a little bit better. So I just thought the dynamic of the team would be a little bit different, even if he had stayed. Was he a good player? Yes. I mean, kid was a 3-time All-League player, so you can't disregard that. But I thought we were going to be different anyway. So are we going to have to score? I think we have more options. I'll just put it to you that way than we had last year. So I just think it was a little bit different.
A guy who developed into a little bit of a scoring option last year, Rodney Williams. How's Rodney progressing this offseason?
Rod's been fine. I told him I think got a chance to be an all-league player. We got to take it to the next level a little bit, and some of the things did. One of the things I told him, you'll be all-league if you make some foul shots. You know what I mean? And as much as simple as that is, that becomes, instead of him being an 8 or 9 point a game scorer, what you was last year, now you go to double figures just because you increase your foul shooting. But people don't realize when he was out for the first half of the league, we were 3-6. When he came back, we were 6-3. So he made a big difference in that respect, and he really rebounded and blocked shots last year, solidified us defensively around the basket. Now we got to take it up. He has to take it up a little bit from an offensive standpoint. If he scores the ball for us, then again, we're going to be a lot better than we were because he gives us another option.
You can put him and Kaz inside. That could be a little scary for some teams to come in there.
Hopefully. We'll see, though. We'll see. We will see.
You booked yourself kind of an interesting schedule. There's, High Point's scheduled to finish first in their league. Iona's scheduled to finish first in their league. St. Joe's has Bembry. I mean, you booked yourself some opponents.
Well, I think our schedule last year. Our schedule was tough. Our non-conference schedule was top 30 in the country last year, and we had 7 players. So that's one reason why we got off to the start that we did, because it was a little bit ambitious. Then we got hurt, so that was one of the things. But we got some home games. That was the one thing. High Point and Monmouth, Penn are coming to the DAC, and that was big for us. And plus, I like our schedule because we're not traveling. Although we got some road games, we're not traveling all over the place. You know how it is. So, Penn, LaSalle, St. Joe, those are easy games to go to and get to. So you're not on a bus somewhere driving for 4 or 5 hours or flying somewhere and then coming back and playing again. So that's the one thing I do like about our schedule. And some of those teams are pretty good. Like you said, High Points picked to win their league. Monmouth in the top 2 or 3. Iona top 2 or 3 in their conference. So we're playing against some good teams. You know, St. Joe's picked in the upper half of the Atlantic 10. And you know the Philly games are always tough. Even Penn State at the Palestra. So we got some games that you know, we're playing. They're tough games, but we're not flying all over the place to play them.
And you even go over to Heyman Hall, going to see LaSalle.
How about that?
See your man Horace.
How about that? You know, I haven't been there since my UMass days, so you know, I see my man Horace, and that's the other thing too. Although I don't talk to him before we play him. Last year I didn't talk to him for a whole week before we played him. He didn't know what to do with himself. But no, it's fun. It's always fun to play the city teams also too.
It's great that we have 3 of them on the calendar this year. You also get a trip to Alaska. We get a trip to Alaska. I get to get on the plane too.
It's a great tournament. You know, I've been there twice, and I know everybody says it's Alaska. They think you're gonna be indoors. I think they do an unbelievable job with the tournament. They have families that take care of the players, and they actually take them over to their house for Thanksgiving. So that's one of the things that they do. I'm not sure how we're going to do it this year because we actually play on Thanksgiving. But, you know, they take it. The last time I went, they took guys out to the glaciers. They took them on sled rides, all those types of things like that. So I think they do an unbelievable job with the tournament. They built a new arena out there that I heard that's pretty special, and got it on TV. You know what I mean, you got a chance to get some TV exposures. When I went out there before, it was one of the bigger tournaments in the country at that point in time. Hasn't been that way lately, but I think they're getting back to it. You know, with the new arena, the TV package, so they'll start getting some bigger teams to come out.
Well, that's interesting. You like to say that, you know, we go everywhere and see nothing. This tournament, they'll actually get to see some things.
You'll get to see some things. You know, we're gonna be out there for a week, so we'll get to see some things, and you got to have the guys experience it. That's for sure.
What is you're talking to a fan. What's a realistic expectation for the first part of the season?
I mean, you know, I think we're playing some people that, you know, we'll have opportunities to win. And again, it goes back to our health. If we're healthy enough, I think we'll surprise some people. You know, I knew everybody's going to pick us low, but you know, I think we'll surprise some people if we're healthy, and because I think we got enough people where we can play. We have some options, and we'll see. Do we play a tough schedule? Yes. Do I think, you know, hopefully we're not. I think we won 2 games last year in the out-of-conference schedule. You know, that was hard, but we progressed to the point where we were very competitive within our league. So hopefully we don't get off to a start like that, and hopefully we progress to be very competitive in our league. And if we do, then we'll have a pretty good year.
Well, let's hope you have a pretty good year.
Yeah.
Year number 15, Bruiser Flint and the Drexel Dragons. That's going to do it for this little chat here. We'll be on DrexelDragons.com throughout the year. You'll be able to hear the games. Tubes will join me. We'll call some action from Alaska. It's going to be fun. And we'll get to watch our man do his thing. Bruiser, thanks a lot.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, you've been watching DrexelDragons.com, your home for all things Dragon Athletics.